There's an awareness that you're dreaming, and then an awareness plus the ability to control what's going on in your dream.
It's pretty common actually.
Definitely settings I know, people I know, situations I even know. My lucid dreams are very similar to normal dreams. Lucid is just when I know that they're happening and it's a dream. Normal is when I'm just in that dream state.
I would guess maybe once every 2 weeks. I would say I get a lucid dream. Yeah.
Ooh, I would guess I lucid dream about 1 to 3 times a week. I definitely have those days where I don't remember if I dreamed or not, and I have days where I just normally dream as well.
It's only happened once as far as me being able to control it, but I've known that I was dreaming like multiple times. I just wasn't able to control it except for that one time. I'll wake up, get out of my bed, so I think, and then I float down the stairs. And that's when I know that like I'm dreaming, but then I can't control it. And I just float around the whole house. Like I might go into my mom's room, I might get a glass of water, and then I float back up to like my body, and then I wake up. And then when I fall asleep, it happens again. Like it'll happen like 3 times that night because those are like actually like kind of nightmare-y, kind of scary.
My most recent lucid dream was 2 nights ago. I was walking down a street in a college town, and I remember in my brain thinking, oh, I don't know this place in my dream. So I was cognizant that I was in a dream state. And I walked past an ex. We'll call him Sam for this example. And he kept walking, and I realized Sam looked different in my dream state. It was super weird. And I was walking down the street the opposite direction, and then I was like, well, I kind of miss Sam. So I turned around and I decided that I wanted him in the rest of my dream. And so I walked the streets looking for a party, and he was at one of the parties, and therefore I ran back into Sam.
There are times where I am able to control it. So for example, um, one example I like to give, there'll be like something coming at me, a monster or something. I'll be like, right, and all of a sudden I'm like there, and I'm aware. I'll think to myself, I'll be like, okay, if I could only make some fireballs or some lightning or something to shoot out of my hands, sometimes I'll do a like bang or whatever.
I've never been able to do anything like magical or outside the realm of what I think is possible.
And lightning bolt, like purple lightning bolts will shoot out of my hand.
Well, because I'm super conscious of my brain in my lucid dreaming, so I know what's real and what's not real.
And then you kind of play around with it. But there's other times, and I'll just be like, and like the monster keeps coming, and I'm like flicking, I'm like shit, shit. And I'll be like, okay, calm down, calm down, calm down. Bang, and then nothing will happen, or like it'll be like a little like, like a little, like some static electricity.
I realized I was dreaming and I was like, oh shoot, like I can change this. Like I can have it be whatever I want. And I remember like I pulled the floor up and like the whole scene changed. Like I was in a different room, like a different place, different time. And like I was able to do that like multiple times. Like I was just like pulling the floor up, and like as I pulled the floor up, like the rest of the like room disappeared.
It's always like in an action scene where I'm like aware. I feel like it is. I was running from something, and there was this big cardboard box. And I jumped in, sat in the cardboard box, and then as I was in the cardboard box, I was like, "Oh my god, this is definitely a dream. What the? We don't have a cardboard box in our backyard. Like what the hell?" And I was like, "I wonder if I could make it fly," right? And so I'll kind of sit down, and a lot of times I feel like if I almost kind of remove as many senses as possible, like kind of close my eyes and really focus, I have a better chance of making it happen, I guess you could say. And so I'll like focus on fly, right? Fly, fly, and I'll lift off, and I'll be able to look out a hole in the cardboard box and see myself flying. But once I'm like, oh my god, this is cool, then I'll start like losing altitude, and I'll have to like keep trying to get the juice to keep it flying. So that's like kind of, I wish I was at the spot where I could, like I said, be, hey, elephant, make it happen. Hey, you know, it's raining potatoes. Where's the ketchup?
I come to realization that I'm dreaming in my dream state, and that's kind of when I'm like, whoa, I can control this thing.
It started out like real life, is what I'm trying to say. And then like I forget, but something happened that would never happen in real life. And then I realized it was a dream.
Yeah, I think when I'm in my lucid dreams, everything comes to me normally as if I'm living in that dream state. So breathing, walking, saying hi to people, those things come normally. The things I think deeper about are choices. So yes, is it no's? Do I say hi to that person? Do I not? Do I, turn left or right? But I know I'm walking. You know what I mean? But it comes down to those choices that make the experience a little different.
Well, also with the box, I could control the box, but no, I haven't ever been able to Like, for example, the things that were coming at me, be like, okay, bang, your arm just fell off. Hey, you just melted into a puddle, like a puddle. Like, that hasn't ever happened to me. That'd be cool.
I usually cannot switch from a nightmare to a regular dream. I also usually cannot finagle my way out of the terrible situation completely, but sometimes I'll be able to like smart my way out of it. So when I realize I am dreaming and that I am in control, I can kind of find the set of tools in the dream, and do the next thing that makes sense in order to save myself or do whatever's going on in the dream.
It feels like you're there. So definitely more realistic than a movie. It's crisp. Like it looks like it's real kind of thing.
Lucid dreaming is really interesting. It's hard to say if it's like discreetly positive or absolutely negative. It's kind of a mix of the both. Sometimes it's a really cool experience. Honestly, I am glad I can do it, but also it can be negative. If I'm dreaming about something and I remember I have like a project due, it will come into my dream state and it will definitely like keep me aware that my brain is like still on and still going. So you don't really have a time where your brain switches off at night. It's just a continual cycle. So it can be pretty exhausting.
Yeah, when you can't control it, it just makes you very anxious, especially when you wake up because you know like you're out of control, like you can't do anything about it. And for me, I know when I fall back asleep, it's going to happen again.
I don't do something to end it. It just ends. Yeah, it's probably the best way to put it. Or like then I wake up. And it's always one of those things where when you wake up, you're like, damn, I wish that could have kept going. Like I was aware that this was happening. It would have been fun to play around a little bit more.
No, I don't try to. I never try. Well, I did try growing up to lucid dream, but now I do not try to lucid dream and it just happens to me.
Yeah, it just happened.